Good morning, Silas Wood. My name is Dr. Bullock. History is the study of past events pertaining to humans. Too often, we only acknowledge the contributions and achievements of a few and not all. Some may believe one group is superior to another. Did you know today's definition of race came about in the 1500s in an attempt to justify slavery and its aftermath? As we try to do away with racism, it is important that we examine our ideology concerning race. There are not varying human races, there is only one human race, full of differing ethnicities. Therefore, it is important we make known the contributions and achievements of all. Since February is designated as Black History Month, Team 1 will highlight the contributions and achievements of African Americans to American history.
Hi, my name is Adelina. Did you know that at the height of civil rights movement, an athlete made a difference? Her name was Althea Gibson. She was born August 25th, 1927. She was 5 foot 11 inches tall. Althea Neal Gibson was an American tennis player and professional golfer, and one of the first Black athletes to cross the line of international tennis. In 1956, she became the first African American to win in a Grand Slam title. In 1956, Althea Gibson made history by becoming the first Black person to win the French Championships. The next year, she made more history by winning Wimbledon and the U.S. Nationals, the first Black person to win either. Black history is American history.
Good morning. My name is Dominic. Did you know that Benjamin Banneker wrote a letter to Thomas Jefferson about civil rights and slavery? He made a clock out of wood that kept perfect time for decades. And Washington, D.C. is the way it is because Benjamin Banneker mapped out the whole thing. Black history is American history.
Hi, my name is Emma. Have you heard of McKissack and McKissack? They're the first woman and Black-owned architect and design company. It all started in 1905 when Moses III and his brother Calvin started the company in Nashville. The two were the first African Americans to earn Black architectural licenses. They were the first company to build a major Army Air Force base in 1941. They expanded to Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. In 1983, Leatrice McKissack was named CEO of the company. Since then, they have had a second female CEO, and have opened offices in New York and Philadelphia. They have built hospitals, college centers, football stadiums, airports, and museums. The contributions of all should be known by all.
Hello, my name is Chase. I have a question for you. Have you ever given blood, or do you know someone who has? If so, then you must know about blood banks. Charles Drew was a researcher and surgeon. He created the way we store blood plasma for long periods of time, and he found this out during World War II. He used his creation to save thousands of lives during the war. It is important to know who Charles Drew was because he created one of the greatest medical discoveries of all time that still saves thousands of people's lives every day, and yet I bet almost none of you watching this knew who he was. Contributions of all should be known by all.
Hello, my name's Maddie. Have you ever heard of Mary Lou Williams? She is an amazing African-American jazz musician. She was a professional pianist and she became a professional at just the age of 15. She was born May 8, 1910 and lived for 71 years. She was a famous producer and composer. In the 1960s, she wrote music for peace and focused on religious jazz. Mary did many great things, and now I hope you know how amazing she was. Mary made history. Black history is American history.
Hi, my name is Cooper. Did you know that Miles Davis is one of the greatest trumpeters ever? He changed the jazz world by cutting out vibrato, turning his jazz into a smoother and more emotional form of music. In 1955, when Miles lost his voice, he turned to his music to speak for him. Davis turned down working with Duke Ellington to finish Birth of the Cool. The contributions of this person should be recognized by all.
Hello, my name is Gia, and I'll be telling you about who Shirley Chisholm was. Shirley Chisholm was the first African American woman to be elected for the U.S. Congress. She represented New York's 12th Congressional District, which has parts of Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. That is not all she did. Later on in her life, she was the first Black person to seek nomination for the President of the United States. She ran for the Democratic Party in 1972. Did you know that Shirley became the second African American in New York State Legislature? Finally, in 1968, Chisholm fought and won a seat in Congress. Although she couldn't physically run in the election, she fought hard enough to get a single speech in. That is what determination is. That is what bravery is. That is who Shirley Chisholm was.
Hello, my name is Alexandra. Have you heard of Paul Laurence Dunbar? Whether you've heard of him or you haven't, he made a big impact in American history. Paul Laurence Dunbar is known for being one of the best poets in American history. In addition to that huge accomplishment, he was also internationally acclaimed for his dialect verse in collections such as Majors and Minors and Lyrics of the Lowly Life. Here is a part of his most famous poem, Sympathy. I know what the cageburg feels, alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft in the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass, when the first bird sings and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from the July steals, I know what the cageburg feels. As we can clearly see, this man has made many accomplishments and should be known by all.
Hi, my name is Bernard. I'm going to tell you about Satchel Paige. Satchel Paige was one of the greatest baseball pitchers ever. Paige became the first African American to pitch in the World Series, coming out of the bullpen in Game 5. Black history is American history.
Good morning, Sada Superstars. My name is Madison. As you all know, the month of February is Black History Month. Today, on this lovely morning, I will be telling you a few facts about Alvin Ailey. Alvin Ailey was an American dancer, director, choreographer, and activist. Alvin Ailey founded the AAADT, known as Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. The AADT was a hugely popular, multi-race modern dance ensemble that popularized modern dance around the world. Alvin Ailey pioneered programs promoting the arts. He showed the world how the beauty to dance is the universe. His work brought people of all backgrounds together. Black history is American history.
Hello, my name is Mabul. Have you heard about the Montgomery bus boycott? Rosa Parks was an American civil rights activist who was a part of the Montgomery bus boycott. She was being forced to leave her seat for a white man and she refused. She did not allow anyone to determine whether she is human or not. She was then arrested for 4 days. The Montgomery bus boycott took place during December 5th, 1955 to December 20th, 1956. At the end, the bus company went out of business. The Supreme Court had declared that the Montgomery segregation laws on the buses were unconstitutional. The laws were changed to say people can sit anywhere on the bus and anywhere else.
Good morning. My name is Hannah. Have you heard of Dorothy Height? She was the president of National Negro Women for 40 years. Dorothy was a civil rights women's rights activist. She was recognized as the most influential woman in the modern civil rights movement. It is important to realize and learn about Black history because they changed all of our lives for the better.
Hello, my name is Marianne. Do you know why we have to stop at stoplights? Well, before most cars were invented, horse-drawn buggies and pedestrians crowded the streets. On any given day, many people were in accidents or lost their lives to the confusion. After watching an accident happen on roadway, Morgan thought it was a great idea to create a device to let people know when they can drive, to cause less accidents. The traffic light Garrett Morgan invented looks the same as we see today. Garrett's life-saving when invented was adopted into law immediately. But that's not all he did. Garrett also invented the gas mask to protect whoever is wearing it from toxic gases. He also created gas masks as a safety hood for people to make air more breathable. Morgan's gas mask was used to protect firefighters from smoke or other pollutions that was in prototype for the gas mask during World War I, which protected soldiers from gas used in welfare. Everyone should know what this man did for everybody.